I have needed my heat and my air conditioner in the same week.
Yep.
So that's why you need to call Shelby Heating and Air. You know, before you turn that system on and crank up that AC, you probably need to get it checked out, make sure it's functioning properly. Shelby Heating and Air can take care of that for you. So once again, give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com.
Well, we also got breakfast. Zach, you've already destroyed yours. I had to go get my drink before I could get to mine. But good morning, everybody. From McDonald's Breakfast here in Cherryville, Mr. Kuthan and the gang. Stop by your local McDonald's and see them here in our local area. Zach, what'd you have?
I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
Terry?
A sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin.
I had a a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
JP?
I'll be eating a sausage biscuit in a few minutes.
And I got a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. There's a McMuffin sitting up there, too, for if a guest showed up or anything, or I don't know. Zach gets hungry.
Somebody pops in from
somebody swallowed that biscuit. Him and Terry might be fine.
Somebody might pop in from California, right?
You never know.
Some world traveler might show up.
So speaking of that, Tom, I was watching Days of Thunder last night, and Randy Quaid and Robert Duvall were talking about their new driver, and he asked him where he's from, and I can't remember exactly where he says he's from in a minute, and he says, "Is that up in the mountains, North Carolina?" He said, "No." He said, "California." And he said, "Is he a Yankee?" He said, "No. If you from California, you ain't a Yankee or a Southern. You just ain't nobody." And he said, "You said it."
Been a while since I watched that one.
But I let my boy watch it last night for the first time. He's really big into racing, and we had to cover ears for a couple of times. But,
Dr. Kowicki, yeah.
But yeah, it was it's fun watching that as Rubbin's racing as always, and he got some. See all the cars and the ones because he's got all the cars in his little play kit, and he got to see them actually on the screen, so he thought that was cool. He wasn't happy, Terry, that they kept wrecking Richard Petty.
Mm.
They kept wrecking him in that movie. I don't know why. It was messed up, but the King was in the movie. But yep. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Last weekend's race. The Daytona 500, and Terry, did you watch the whole thing? Did you take a nap?
No, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah?
I did.
All right, well.
Everybody had a chance. That's how it goes.
Well, Danica Patrick's
look at that.
ex-boyfriend won the race.
Yeah.
And I know none of y'all picked him. But anyway, how do you think any comments on the car or the race or how it went? My biggest problem was they raced 2 lane. They raced 2x2 the whole time. I almost never went 3x3, and then all of a sudden, last 10 laps, they got single file somehow.
Yeah,
and that ruined Jimmy's chances where he was because when they spread out, that put him back in like 8th instead of being basically 100 feet from the front of it. So that one was a little frustrating from Johnson fans watching that, and then of course all the little late wrecks at there at the end, and then in Austin had a question, Terry, because in Days of Thunder, they used to race back to the green flag, so he was asking about the caution being frozen, and I had to explain all that between Days of Thunder and that. My question is, last lap, should you allow them to finish the race as opposed to freezing the field on a last lap caution situation, Terry? Because once the white flag, the rule is once the white flag drops, next flag ends the race, freeze the field, take pictures, that's who wins. But most of the time, the cautions are behind the leaders. It's not the leaders wrecking each other. If they are, it's right at the finish line, and then 3rd or 4th place behind the winner, like Kyle Busch did it in the dirt at Bristol, right? So what do you think about however that used to be, but should they race last lap instead of having, we're already in overtime, so instead of freezing it, should they be allowed to race back to the green flag?
I think it ought to be that you have to finish the last lap without a wreck, period. And it does not count.
We might finish that today.
Well, I'm sorry.
We're out of cars.
Sunoco like that, all the fuel they'll be putting in.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I mean, because, you race, and that's like this one, Kyle Busch was like 3rd or 4th. He ends up being like 18th. And when the thing's over with, Jimmy Johnson ends up being like 26th, 28th. when the thing's all over with. I mean, so I think that you ought to be able to race the last lap complete. If you're not, we're going to do it again. They say 2 laps. Hey, that's what we're
Even
going
if
to do.
they're wrecking in the 30th
I
spot.
could care less because eventually you're only going to have a couple cars. And if they can't race back to the
So
start,
Terry wants you to race for 499
I mean,
miles.
I
Tom,
don't
and
even-
then it's
I don't even watch racing, and I can
then
deduce
it's
that as
Demolition
ridiculous.
why?
from the
That's just ridiculous.
race.
You got a true champion.
All right, Terry.
Not somebody gives
So-
a
so
let
caution
me rephrase
flag.
the
I'm in
question.
front.
What they do is they freeze it and they take the pictures of whoever's in front. That's the winner. Should they be allowed on just this particular part of the race to race back to the green flag to finish the race? Because they're already on the last lap. Because the rule is the next flag ends the race, whether it's checker, white, but whatever.
You've already answered the question, though, because usually it's one of 2 things. The wreck's behind you, so who cares? Or the wreck is right there at the finish because 2 guys wreck each other trying to win the race.
What if you wrecked as you're going into the last lap, Tom, and you got all them cars piled up and you're going to race all the way back around?
So on that one, going into the last lap is not the last lap.
Right. The rule is
That
once
is
the
the
white.
last
No,
lap.
here's once the
No,
you
you
talking
said
about turn
going
one, Terry?
into the last
Yeah,
lap.
after you pass the start line.
So and
You're
turn
on the
one.
last lap.
Okay.
Terry's asking.
Okay. But you're on the last lap.
That's
But
what
you're
I'm
going to
saying,
let them race all the way back around?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, like them coming
Terry-
down through there like 190 mile an hour with cars set in front of them out here in the front.
It's 1 lap.
He's talking about Terry means after you cross the start finish line.
That's where your wreck
there's a
happens.
danger in turn
Oh,
one where you can't come.
So you're saying that after I win, I might hit somebody.
That's maybe at the
Well,
super speed.
yeah,
but if it's
that's
but if
what
it's a
I'm
Bristol
saying.
or somewhere
Well,
else,
if you
they're
can't,
going like 60 miles per hour.
if you can't avoid that, then why are you a professional race car driver? I don't understand, Terry.
It is a good point. You probably got like a half mile to the corner. Terry.
You're a professional race car driver.
You probably hit the brakes by then.
I mean, we're not talking like, 16-year-old driver's ed students here.
It's a
Terry.
2.5 mile
We're
track.
talking professional.
190 mile an hour, and I'm coming up where there's
They'll figure it out.
6 or 8 cars sitting there in the middle of the track.
Well, do you like the? Well, no, do you like how it is? My
Let's go
question-
down in the grass and avoid it. I
Terry,
mean,
the
what's big
question
deal?
is, do you like how it is now? Will you freeze frame? Because here's the thing: when a wreck happens, NASCAR has to immediately decide whether or not they need to throw the caution. Then they got to tell a guy to throw the caution, and then the guy has to push the button, and then the light comes on. So when the light comes on is when they actually look at it on video
freeze it.
and see where the light comes on. So the decision could have been whether it's a half a second, 2 seconds, whatever. It could have affected who was in front of the race based on when the decision was actually made. They say throw the caution. Someone could be leading in the corner and come out the other corner by the time that button's pushed and the light comes on and they look at it. So
No.
that's what my only concern is that
My deal is
they
this.
used to let them race back in any caution, but I just want the last lap race back. If you get the white flag, that's it. Whatever happens, wrecks, whatever, finish the race.
Well, you cannot say that NASCAR doesn't change things because they used to have it where you had the little line at 3/4 of the way down the backstretch, and if you made it to that, then whoever
Well,
was winning
even
won.
what Kyle said, he said, if it was 98 rolls, he would be the winner.
Yeah,
So they changed,
you know
They do
that's what
change
I'm
stuff.
saying. So I mean, you can't say what I'm saying would be wrong, Tom.
I didn't say it was wrong. I just said it was silly.
No,
I know.
it's not silly.
I
It
know.
would have a true champion.
I know for us, it was my son loves to play the NASCAR Heat video game. He never watched it live, and he wanted to watch it this week. So it's the first time he ever got to watch a NASCAR race.
But
He's a big Chase Elliott fan. He wrecked. Sorry, Tom, I didn't want to cut you off. But he wrecked. You remember when Chase wrecked, and it didn't look that bad. My son says, "I'm gonna go get some chips." He said Chase will be all right. He said it didn't mess his car up too bad. And then it broke some. He couldn't come back out, so he didn't watch the rest of the
Yeah.
race.
I gave a lot of credit to the new driver out there, Travis Pastrana. I thought he did well. He finished like 12th in his first Daytona. So congratulations to him. He started dead last. I know a lot of people that's around, Lincoln County, I do know him.
He can drive anything.
That's what I'm
He's kind
saying.
of like Kyle Larson.
see, but if you do it like the way Terry does, then you're going to be bunching these cars back up for a restart. Then what's going to happen again? Another wreck.
Okay, so we race again.
That's gonna be the Daytona 600.
That's what I'm saying.
I think this was the most laps they'd ever run in a Daytona 500.
It was.
this time too.
How many laps did it end up being?
Was it 203?
When
Am
it's
I
supposed
right
to be?
about that?
It's supposed to be 200 laps.
212.
Is that what they
212.
went up?
He has an extra, 25 miles?
Yeah, you think about that. I mean, let's just think about that. But think about that though. These guys that stop for pit, making their
Do you have
strategy.
enough? Well, Ricky
Man.
Stenhouse just barely had enough to get back to the line.
Yeah, you
and
think
he was
about
out.
that. I mean, they were probably all wondering, am I gonna make it?
And think of going down a backstretch and all of a sudden you run out of gas, and everybody 190 mile an hour.
It's
I mean,
Yeah, it's happening.
when you stop,
Was
you're
it Kyle
stopped.
Larson that ran out of gas a couple years ago on it?
I can't remember. I just know it's happened. We've seen them happen before. Terry Brad Daugherty, former Tar Heel,
Yeah.
gets the victory
Sure
as
did.
NASCAR
Congratulations to him as an owner.
owner. Him being so tall out there,
Mhm.
he looks just above everybody. Because NASCAR drivers are short in general, and then add the fact that he's 7 foot to a normal man. They're all looking at his belly button.
I see Winey finished ninth.
I thought it was kind of a little bit more of a boring race this time. It wasn't a whole lot going on in it. Yeah, a lot of lead changes, but not a lot of wrecks.
They
That's what
did
I'm
a
saying.
lot of them line up, and that's the only thing I'm hating now about Daytona and Talladega, because in the middle of the race, guys, they do make it very boring.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to go, nobody wants to get out and make somebody else have to work. They all want to stand back there.
I got a
And
question.
I mean, at the very start of the race, who went to the back? Did you see that? Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson went to the back.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah,
about
he
the-
wasn't sitting there all off season
Yeah.
and not wreck. He wasn't going to wreck here on the first couple laps and acting like idiots.
What do y'all think about the lane choices? When they get in the caution, you got to pick your lane. What do y'all think about that?
I've liked it.
They've done that for a while, though.
Yeah, but
That-
in this particular
that was
one
the
though,
first time they did
this
it on the
time,
Super Speedway.
yes.
Okay.
in this particular time, it was Kyle Busch when they went out.
Well, ask Terry what he thinks about that.
What do you think about them not
Should-
Oh,
setting
Should
up?
they have
Should they
stacked
have-
up? Or
Yes.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
thought they made a mistake.
100%. I thought they should have been
Yeah.
back to back.
I did too. I thought they made a mistake on that, and I wonder if it was chosen to do that or
Or
Richard
Richard Childress
because you
made
got to
that
make your
choice.
decision.
Somebody
The
made
two
the
crew
choice. Who
chiefs
was
had
it?
to make a choice.
Mhm. Somebody had to make it.
Yeah.
Whether it was Richard Childress or one of the crew chiefs, they decided to run it that way. But Terry being out in the lead on the last lap, she just
Oh, you're up to creek. I mean, you know that, and especially when they're set there and they said Dylan was going to have to either slow down and let Kyle Busch get in front of him, and that's packing up
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
So what is he doing to himself? He's putting himself in the situation of having a wreck, while everybody else, goes around him. But I did not like what they did then.
Yeah.
I did not. Well, Travis probably finished 11th.
11.
He did.
The absolute, the best thing about him finishing 11th, or the most outstanding, is that he finished.
Yeah.
In the Daytona 500, you have more odds of being wrecked than you do of finishing. I believe in a lot of these things, at least once of getting involved in something. I mean, look down the list of everyone who was involved. Let's see, from 31st to 40th place accidents.
9, 10.
Only 30 finished running in it, so a quarter of the field was out by the end of the race.
I want to look at the top 10. It seemed like Ford had a bad year last year. They were second, fourth. It looks like got pretty good balance in the top 10, right? Between the makes.
Well, with
One Toyota got lost up there in third.
Logano and I hate Logano, but he
only
had
one
a really
Toyota?
good chance to win that.
Yeah, only one.
Only one Toyota.
I mean, just think about it. Travis Pastrana's never done this, and he beat other Toyota teammates, Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin, and Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, and so it's a weird race to watch. Like I said, Terry, I've seen it plenty of times. I'm sitting there watching Johnson where he's at. I'm like, we got a chance. When we got the caution, I was just yelling, somebody get a caution, somebody get a caution. We get because they're out in the single file. I was like, you can't win this way. And then when we got the caution, I told my son, I was like, we got a chance now. And then y'all dodos out in front of us. I don't know what y'all were doing.
Are you talking about on the one that Kyle got way ahead, and then he had to back up, and then it pushed the whole
I'm
group
talking
back.
about at the end of the race when Kyle and Austin did their thing and got in front of each other.
That's probably Austin Dillon.
They took our lane.
Mm.
All right, this week they're in California. This will be the last time Auto Club Speedway will be the big the big track. They're reducing it to a short track. I don't know if it'll be ready for next year, but 200 laps, 400 miles. The Pala Casino, you can listen to it Tomorrow,
Can they race in the snow?
yeah, I don't know the exact prediction on that. Tom, do you know?
I don't know. I just know it was snowed in Los Angeles County. A blizzard warning in Los Angeles.
Look up the Fontana, California weather while you're sitting there.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit to the north.
But let's see. Have they done any qualifying or anything yet, Terry, for this?
No, I do not know. I have no clue.
I'm trying to find the this weekend auto club schedule. There we go. So you can also obviously listen on kdcbroadcasting.com. Let me get over to that. So show the.
It's in it was in Blizzard Alley. It's in a county over.
Okay.
From Los Angeles County, and it's a huge geographically. It's a huge county. I don't know if you can see it up there.
Oh yeah,
there it is. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's the county. Yeah,
southern, but it's not. Was any part touching the ocean?
No.
Okay.
No, it touches Nevada or Nevada. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that state.
Depends where you're from.
Yeah, depends on where you're from, but yeah, it's a huge county in eastern. Well, I mean, to eastern to central California, but that's right where Blizzard Alley came through, wasn't it? When it came through, that storm came through. So I guess they'll be ready to go.
Well, today we've got Xfinity Series racing, the Xfinity Series 300 NASCAR in California at 4:30 p.m. today on this channel. If you're listening on the radio, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and tomorrow the Palo Casino 400 coverage begins at 2:30. Green flag around 3:45. Today, let's see, yesterday, garage hours. Today, qualifying for the Xfinity Series at 12:30. Qualifying for NASCAR Cup Series at 3 o'clock today, 2:50 for the folks that are trying to find it somewhere. We will not have that coverage. Today, we've got Tar Heel basketball, Virginia at North Carolina tonight. We will not, for you folks looking for high school basketball tonight, will not have coverage of the third round of that. We'll pick that back up Tuesday if some of our teams do advance on that. We had a couple of teams have advanced. Let's see, Terry. Let's see.
St. Stephen's is at East Lincoln and girls basketball in the 3A.
Okay, so the West
know
Lincoln girls still going.
And Newton Conover and East Burke will battle again out of the South Fork 2A. Both of them have met 3 times this year. East Burke won the first 2, and then Newton Conover beat them in the championship of the tournament, and now they get to square off again in some good games between those 2 squads.
Yeah, I saw Newton play in a Christmas tournament. They got a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I guess Maiden has been beat.
Yeah,
Maiden's
every
put
all
out.
those are at.
So
Did that stud football player play after he got hurt in December? Do you know? I know they had the one kid.
He
did.
He played this year. Pulling up the brackets real quick for the folks at home. Wanted to show our. Here we go, because I got to move them. The Athletic Association absolutely refuses to put the West on the left side, Tom. Should I just write an email to them or call them and ask them why or something? That just drives me nuts.
Well, they probably don't have it on the right side for the same reason why they don't have any kind of food at a football state championship game
or programs.
or programs.
Can I get a hot dog and a program here at the media?
No.
Popcorn?
I'm so sorry of how we are doing things nowadays. I mean, I understand you go
terrible.
through the pandemic and you change stuff, but some people would like a program. Some people keep them things.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I do. And just to go and all of a sudden, like Tom had to get a printout to bring back to me.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, make a program.
Well,
get real, be with the real times. That has not went away.
So, best percent of Yellow Jackets, the men and the women's have advanced. Boys 19-8, they'll be at South Stokes. The girls will be at Bishop McGinnis. Boys play today, folks. If you're going out to that of South Stokes, making the trip at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock start for the Bedford City boys at South Stokes. They're 19-8 overall. South Stokes was what was it? 24-4 at the 2 seed. I believe Bessemer is 10-4 home, 9-3 on the road. All right, so there's the 1A. I think they're the only local team left in the 1A brackets.
So just to clarify, we won't be able to cover that one either, right?
No, we still get Tar Heel basketball coverage.
That's what I thought. It'd be on
tonight.
CSL and WHS. Okay.
Yes. let's see. Then we got over in the 2A. I don't think we have anybody. East Gaston is left in the 2A in our local area. South Point, they're in the 3A though. Lincoln Charter. A few folks in the Lincoln County area that can hear my voice. You're a Lincoln Charter fan. You guys, the 8 seed will be at number 1 today. 6 o'clock. North Surrey. East Gaston is hosting Hendersonville, and that was a good game between Shelby. Either team could have won that one. In fact, Shelby was up like 10, Terry, with like 2 minutes in the third quarter, and then gave up like 30 points in the third, 30-20, and lost by a few. So it just Henderson was a huge fourth quarter. That's it in the 2A.
I will say one thing about the 2A. The West Lincoln girls were in the playoffs, and Southwestern Randolph beat them. And I told somebody as soon as that happened, I said, Shelby will beat them by 40. Well, they beat them by 34. So, I mean, in a way, I'm glad we never had to play Shelby.
So Shelby girls are in the third round then? Shelby girls. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
South Point and Crest tonight, folks. South Point and Crest tonight at South Point rematch between those two teams. Let me pull up the exact schedule so I know that. It will be at South Point tonight, 7 o'clock. Crest beat South Point in the first matchup at South Point with an 11-point overtime win. 11-point overtime win. And then lost by 13 in regulation at home. So both teams lost at home to each other in this 3A matchup between South Point and Crest. The winner would either have to go to number 1 Central Cabarrus or host number 8 Southern Guilford, who beat Kings Mountain 65 guys to 33. 3A basketball teams, Southern Guilford beat High Brighton 67 to 31. What they doing on defense, Terry, holding 2 3A teams to 31 points?
I do not know. That's pretty good.
Isn't it? Yeah. 2 playoff 3A teams, 30 points back to back is pretty good. So that's your 3A, 1A, 2A, 3A men's basketball. Let me jump over to the women's. I know, Tom, y'all can't see that. Let me here you go. Wrong one. There you go. Oh, that's the East. Sorry, I just can't quit doing that. The Drone, the 16 seed, upset the 1 seed. Mount somebody.
By 10. How about that?
Oh, that's wrong. Who is that? Mount
Mount Pleasant. Or Mount Airy. Mount Airy.
Mountain Heritage.
Mountain Heritage. We'll see
16 and 12 Drone beat
mountains.
24 and 3 Mountain Heritage. Y'all are so totally wrong.
Well,
y'all ran out of mountains.
Finish it. Yeah.
Drone, the 16th seed host, now goes to 8 North Rowan. Let's see anybody else in our area. Where was the Bessemer City 7 at Bishop McGinnis? That's at 1 o'clock today. Bessemer City fans Bessemer City fans can go to 1 o'clock at Bishop McGinnis, and then head north to South Stokes to see the boys at 5 o'clock.
I'm sure there's plenty going to do that.
I would not be surprised if
I bet it might be set up that way so the athletic director and some of the folks can get up there to make sure that they are there for both of them. Tom, just me guessing. I wish the boys game was at 1. We'd have the coverage of.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
if it was reversed. Let's see. That's the 1A girls. And let me back up to the 2A girls, which Terry mentioned a minute ago. Randleman is hosting East Rutherford today at 2 o'clock. So East Rutherford fans, you got to go to Randleman at 2 o'clock today. Newton Conover at East Burke. I guess they've probably played each other already this year, haven't they, Terry?
Yeah, they've played each other 3 times.
Has East Burke won them all?
No.
Oh,
East Burke won the first 2 in the regular season, and then Newton Conover beat them in the playoffs.
Terry, didn't you just go over that?
I did.
Shelby girls tonight.
I did.
I was doing other research. Tom, the odds of Terry saying something informative while I'm over here reading something is not
a lot
that
of people
high.
were
It's
listening.
not that high.
Or you just
Got to give me the benefit of
he
the doubt
just,
on that one.
he just had a moment. He had
Talk about the defense.
We're just going to call that a Kevin Durant moment.
That's
Kevin.
complete. I was not listening to Terry. Tom, that was 2 days the biggest news in America.
What happened to Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Oh,
Monroe will be at Shelby tonight, 5:30 for you girls, Shelby girls fans. Monroe at Shelby tonight at 5:30, and in the 3A women's basketball. See if there's any local teams still breathing. Freedom's at Oak Grove. If anybody up that way can still hear us. And the East Lincoln Mustangs girls host St. Stephen's tonight at 6 o'clock. All right, JP.
I'll mention one more thing before we go to break.
Yes.
Congratulations to Mason Avery.
There we go.
He won a state championship in wrestling this past week, 182 pounds. That's the 12th state champion that's West Lincoln's had. 10 different wrestlers. 2 of them have won it back-to-back, Mac George and Nathan Hall. But congratulations to Mason. He was best player in the league in football, and now he goes and wins a 182-pound wrestling state championship. So
They call that guy an athlete.
That's right.
All right, JP, when we come back, we'll have NCAA basketball bracketology on KTCBroadcasting.com.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them.
Tax time savings are awaiting you at Oak Grove Auto Sales Service and Body Shop in Kings Mountain. Bring your tax money in for some great deals. They have cars for all budgets, like a 2013 Toyota Highlander with new tires and third row seating priced at $17,995. Also a 2015 Nissan Rogue with only 45,000 miles priced at $19,995. At Oak Grove Auto Sales Service and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road in Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Stephanie at Jumpin' Jed's in Fallston has just arrived back from market, and Jumpin' Jed's is running over with new decor. Items for Valentine's Day, spring, Easter, or just everyday spring items, and of course ice cream. Also beautiful florals, and check out the new layout in the store. Jumpin' Jed's is now open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m., and Saturdays from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Located in historic downtown Fallston, across from the Steamy Event Center. Like them on Facebook, too.
It's bow time.
No, not that kind of bow time. It's crossbow time at the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Just arrived the new Matthew Phase 4 crossbows, along with a Hoyt VTM and Hoyt Z1S and Bowtech. See them today. Check out the All-Star rods. Regular $129 each, but now get 2 for just $100. And they have the new Alba Garcia Revo reels in stock. Check out the new Camus and Sea Arc boats. Plus, you'll find a huge selection of ammunition at the Great Outdoors, Highway 150 East Cherryville, right behind McDonald's. Your pool may be closed for the winter. That's no reason you can't enjoy a garden leisure spa from Gage Pool and Spa in Gastonia. Your journey to tranquility starts with Gage Pool and Spa. Come in and check out the models on display. Imagine drifting away in your new garden leisure spa. And custom-made orders are available. See Gage Pool and Spa, 3025 Union Road in Gastonia. Online at gageinspa.com. Call 704-861-8311. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5. Saturdays, 10 till 4.
Since 2008, Bennett Insurance Agency in downtown Cherryville has been serving our area with the best in insurance coverage for your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and personal insurance needs. They are independent agents and work together to get you the best carrier for your insurance needs. For more information, give them a call at 704-435-0270 or drop by their office and let them take care of your insurance needs. Bennett Insurance Agency, 116 West Main Street in downtown Cherryville.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They're, for some reason I had blurry vision. I don't know why. That was really odd. But as again, weather is also always unpredictable. But I think Tom has the answer for that, Tom.
Yeah, Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. And Terry, his announcement about his athletes over there at West Lincoln reminded me of ours at Burns. J.D. Curtis wrestled for a state championship and won. So J.D. Curtis, congratulations to him and the Burns High Wrestling Program. And Nathan Tucker and Caden Schaup also were wrestling at the state tournament. Caden, unfortunately, was injured, and I think he had a concussion, was unable to finish. But we had he had a great season. And as I said, Nathan Tucker also a great season. J.D. Curtis, a state championship for Burns. So congratulations. Good wrestling around here in the Tri-County area. Good job, gentlemen.
Well, we got to get into a a kind of serious topic here for just a minute for Terry and Tom. I know, Tom, you've flown the country, and Terry, you've analyzed a lot of sports, but this one is just one that kind of weird to get into. Have you guys been paying attention to Tiger Gate this week?
Yeah. Trying to cancel Tiger.
Terry, did you know we was going to talk about tampons this morning on the show?
Oh, Lordy.
Okay.
Tom, are you aware of this situation? No, he's in Kevin Durant land.
Tiger's getting some rough publicity.
Right, him and his friend Justin Thomas. You know, Tiger's old as the crypt
I actually
keeper
did
now.
hear about this. He apologized for it.
Oh my gosh, I know, right? The crypt keeper over here playing with Justin Thomas, and they joke, go back and forth, and he hit a drive further than Thomas, and he handed Thomas a tampon, and then the whole world fell apart. And you know who's defending Tiger more than anybody? The LPGA girls, all the girl golfers. So like, this is just a regular golf joke. This is why, you know, the whole Tommy, the whole cancel culture or whatever you're talking about, and so it went so far that Tiger Woods, of all people, had to get on TV, and after some woman tried to beat him with a golf club one time, has to apologize for his tampon joke with Justin Leonard, and like a lot of the ladies online were backing him. They were showing like they've done this to older guys at the courses and stuff. You know, and stuff. A lot of them were retweeting. I support Tiger, and it was just a big to do about that. And I was just gonna see what you guys thought. But I did get one comment, Terry. I mean, Zach, a very important person weighed in on the situation. Now,
What am I missing?
I can't read some of this on the air, but I can show it on the screen for the folks at home. Zach's favorite, wrestler of all time. Let's see if we can get this.
Flair.
This is I can't get a focus. I can pull it up on the internet probably. Ric Flair chimed in to it. I got your back. First of all, you're -3. I've been watching. I haven't met you personally, but you're on my bucket list. F those losers. They can't take a joke. The haters need to get a grip. Woo! Ric
I
Flair
just think, we've
chimes in on the situation.
We've entered this ultra sensitive culture.
And
it's
honestly,
just-
I think a lot of it has to do with, can we get publicity out of this? Does that make sense? Like,
I feel
it
bad.
really ain't about the
Yeah.
act at all. It's about, let's get our, and just
We'll get a bunch of
just
clicks
ruin
on
somebody.
our article.
The biggest moneymaker they've ever had,
the fact that
whatever you think about him. I'm not the biggest fan, but
and whatever you're doing, whatever he does, there's cameras on him no matter where he's at.
yeah.
right.
So,
I mean, who would any of us want to have cameras following him all the time? I don't think we would
just
sign up
think
for
this
that.
is- I just think this is
Silly.
just overblown culture war BS, arguing about sexy M&Ms and tampons as jokes and all this this Mr. Potato Head gender neutral. I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, it's just, why are we even talking about this for? I don't get it. I mean, did you hear the one about Legos? Like, the Lego company is making these different, more inclusive Legos, and then people lose their mind. I mean, it's just like, who cares? You know what I mean? If it's a joke between two guys, or somebody wants to make a gender neutral Lego, why do people lose their mind? I just don't understand. It's like, we got other problems, right? Like, you got to get your bills paid. You got to get your oil changed. You got to, got to get to work and do a job. I mean, why are we worried about all this other stuff? I mean, it's just stupid. It's a joke between two guys.
and the whole
I mean,
bottom
just
line is
look at-
like this, Tom. If it doesn't affect me and doesn't affect my family, why should I care?
Why should I care? I don't care. I mean, seriously,
You know?
I'm not into this. I'm not into the culture war BS either way, because it's like both sides in America seem to like both little tribes. So this is our culture war BS. I'm just not into it. I just can't. I don't have time to waste my time with this.
No.
Where but I'm not gonna like, your rage has made me rage. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Like, now I'm gonna be outraged because you're outraged about Tiger giving a tampon as a joke. That's like, dude, Kevin just saw that. I'm like, this is stupid. Next. I mean, it's just, I just don't have time for this anymore. And people, when I give the teaching gig up, people ask me, what am I going to do? I said, I'm going to do something with as few people as possible, because people have gone nuts. I'm just telling you, man. It's just, people are crazy. My kids laugh at me. They said, "What are you going to do when you retire?" I said, "Mailman." Because I'm in that car by myself all day. Might come across the occasional dog. But other than
Might
that,
come
it's
across
just,
occasional fighting spits.
all right, hey, you don't mess with the spits. You don't mess with the spits. I'm
Not
just
if
gonna
you're a
tell you.
mailman. That's what you said.
You gotta be
Yeah,
careful.
my spits did make the mailman throw the mail all over the yard one time. But I'm just saying, this is people have gone. I don't understand.
PGA Tour this weekend, last weekend, the tournament Tiger was in, all the coverage about, and Tom, that the greatest thing we ever saw was this old man go -1 in 4 rounds. If you watch TV, finished 45th place.
I don't really have a lot of respect for him because everybody says like he's come back from this, come back from that. It's like your old lady beat you with a golf club because you're a douchebag. You deserved it. I don't care. I don't feel sorry for him. Then he gets in a wreck and hurts himself. But you're the one driving 100 miles an hour, right? You did it to yourself, dude. So, I mean, I just, like, all these people say, oh, I want it. And you're right, Kevin. He's great for golf. People like to watch him. I mean, I get it. But I'm just kind of indifferent. If I see him go 43rd, it's just like any kind of injury you've done it to yourself, dude. You reap what you sow. And like, I didn't wish any of it on him. But when I saw, it's been probably about 10 years since he got beat with the golf club, right?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need to be
I was
hooking up
getting
with
ready to say
waitresses
something
in the
probably
parking
won't.
lot, right? And if you do, don't get caught. If you get caught and your old lady beat you with a golf club, probably got what you deserved. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little old-fashioned on that. But and he ruined his reputation for a little while and had to rebuild it. And then he goes 110 miles an hour because guys like him, whether they admit it or not, guys like him, I can do whatever I want.
Yep.
So that's fine. You reap what you sow. All that being said, I still don't care about a tampon joke. I just don't care. That's like something we would do to each other in the history department back when we used to have all men in the history department. And we used to tease rough. When I was at that conference last week, I tried to explain it. There was another guy he was a history teacher. I didn't know him that well, but he teased rough. You know what I mean? He'd like try to find your soft spot and get. But that's what guys do. They tease rough. It's fine.
What COVID killed more than anything was comedy.
It has. I mean, it's
no
his
movies,
it's
no shows. You can't say nothing anymore. You can't
and
make jokes.
And what I said, men history teachers are different from women. And then like a couple of them started to lose their mind. Wait, no. It's like women don't tease the same as men do.
They don't. My wife tells me that
all
the time.
They just don't. I mean, it's just, why can't you just accept that?
She says that. My wife says if I say some of the stuff you say, your friends, it'll hurt my feelings.
It's like that game. No, seriously. When I told you all the story about I didn't have my umpire uniform and had to borrow one. Of course, he goes and tells like the coaches. So the coach is coming to me, "Hey Tom, where'd you get that uniform?" Like giving you a hard time because you did something stupid or embarrassing, and everybody else gives you a hard time. That's the way guys tease. I mean, why are we going to lose our mind over this? It's just dumb.
The champion John Rahm, who may have this wasn't in this tournament, but I always like to go back to this. The hole at number 16 is maybe the greatest shot in the history of golf in the hole in one the water challenge. 2, 3, maybe 4 skips up on the green.
No way it goes in the hole.
Around the green,
No
all
way.
the way around the green to the back of the green, all the way back left corner
No
around
way.
the other ball.
No way. No way.
Boom!
Oh,
John
wow.
Rahm, greatest shot in the history of golf.
That might be
16
the greatest.
Masters.
Yeah.
What do you think, Terry? I've skipped him across the water. I've never had to go in the hole.
That's pretty
Wow.
good. Didn't he come up this past week in that tournament? And I think I forget how far the yardage was, 500 and some, and he hit the green in 2.
Well,
It was a long way.
They said I don't follow golf like I did 10 years ago, but they say he's really good. I think he's won 4 of like the last 5 tournaments. This guy's supposed to be a pretty good golfer.
He's been on fire lately. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's got a weird swing, really compact. Don't swing really. He don't go back too far, but it's all about solid contact for you golfers out there. Make solid contact, you can figure out the rest. All right, JP, we come back. We'll do bracketology. We was going to do that a minute ago. Sorry about that, folks.
I like bracketology.
Had to get over that. You like bracketology?
I
too?
do now.
I do now. On KTCBroadcasting.com.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them.
There's no use to be cold this coming winter. Head on into Today's Pro in Shelby for warmth and comfort. From gas logs to fireplaces to inserts and more. With name brands like Empire, Monessen, and Buckstone. Be ready for old man winter today with a stop at Today's Pro in Shelby. And they also do service calls. And don't forget they fill those propane cylinders. Just call 704-600-8393. 704-600-8393. Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at thetodayspro.com.
Get a sweetheart of a deal this month at Kurt's Premium Outlet in Eastridge Mall in Gastonia. Like Dial, antiperspirant and deodorant, just 25 cents each. Reese's Pieces candy cans, just 25 cents. Snack size paydays, just $2.50 a box. Apex Ultra Pill Splitters, only 49 cents. Proforce aluminum waterproof repair tape, 25-foot rolls for $7. And Opal House 9-foot string lights for $1.99. At Kurt's Premium Outlet, Eastridge Mall and North New York Road in Gastonia. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
It's time for the big game, and Safe Lane Driving School in Shelby wants you to drive safe to cheer your team on. Safe Lane Driving School is owned and operated locally by retired state trooper Philip Glover. Safe Lane Driving School features 30 hours in the classroom and 6 hours behind the wheel. And if you've completed your classwork and are waiting to drive, Safe Lane can help with that too. Safe Lane Driving School, 1230 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-481-7808. Online at safelanedrivingschool.com. Stay safe and start driving today. Check out the spring specials from Rye Heating and Air Conditioning in Lincoln. Right now, take $250 off air purification products. Take 10% off new equipment purchases. Take 20% off Wi-Fi thermostats. Outdoor coil cleaning and a visual safety inspection is just $49.99 each. And get a free diagnostic with the purchase of a repair or maintenance package. And buy now and get no interest and no payment financing for 12 months. Rye Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 980-389-0008. Online at ryeheatingandair.com. With warmer weather coming soon, get a great rate on recreational vehicles such as motorcycles, campers, boats, RVs, tractors, and more. Carolina Federal Credit Union is offering a special rate on recreational vehicles as low as 4.99% APR. Apply online at carolinafcu.org, by phone, or in person. Rates are based on credit history. Let Carolina Federal Credit Union treat you like family. Located at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time.
Shop local with whatsupshopper.com, Carolina Country, and The Boss.
And we're back on Saturday More Sports Out with Kevin and the gang. And I think we want to remind our listeners about Shelby Heating and Air, 704-487-7877. Because we live in the most unpredictable weather climate in the entire United States of America.
And JP remembered the phone number. Way to go, JP.
He wrote it down last week.
704-487-7877.
He wrote that thing down last
Online, shelbyheating.com for all your heating and air needs. Yeah, give him a call. JP's going to call. Going to get that air conditioner fixed.
We actually haven't turned ours on yet. We're still on the heat.
Well, you better call Shelby Heating and Air. Get them to check it out. Do a little spring service on it. Make sure it's ready to go.
Terry, I got the the cutest video of the week nomination for you. You ready for it?
Oh, Lordy.
What?
Might as well go ahead and
This
tell
is for you, Terry.
Yeah.
This is at NC State. Yeah. You just don't feel. I'm trying to do something nice for you over here.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
He don't believe me. Let's see where it is. The people don't believe anything right here. Well, that's the wrong channel. Let's try this one. Boom. All right. So this week, they had ice hockey.
Yes, outside.
Out at outside in Raleigh. They had more people show up, Tom, for a North Carolina NC State club hockey team, not real hockey team, than we saw fans at NC State for the football championships.
Oh, yeah.
Club hockey between two schools almost filled up the stadium. This is the Carolina Hurricanes, and I don't know whose dog this is or how this happened. This is the dog here at the stadium giving high five to the Hurricanes as they went out to the ice there, Terry. So this is not my nomination for the cutest video of the week or cutest sports video of the week. There we go. Fist bumps for all the Hurricanes as he goes out. So Terry, bracketology, Wolfpack, they going to the Final Four?
I'll tell you what, they're better than what a lot of people think they are.
They are. They got a good basketball team.
I'm going to tell you what. I mean, last week when I saw them play Wake Forest Wednesday, Wake Forest was in the game, and then State went on a run, and they put Wake Forest away quickly in the second half. State is, I mean, they got three great guards that can score. They got a big man in the middle that can score. They got great guys that know their role as far as rebounding and what they should do. Be careful when you get to this thing, but I'm going to tell you, here's the problem I have. And people are going to say, oh, Lord, here he goes. Yep, you're right. Here I go. They don't want to give the ACC any credit for nothing. If your name does not have UNC Tar Heels wrote beside it, or it does not have Duke Blue Devils wrote beside it, you know, they won't give Virginia credit no more. None of these writers will, on account of Virginia getting beat 16-1. That's what people remember about Virginia. So they won't bump Virginia up there too close to having a number one seed because they scared it might happen again.
Then the next year they made the Final Four.
Yeah, well, they won it.
Yeah, they won it, right?
Yeah.
Next year they won the whole thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it bothers me that you're giving nobody any credit. The ACC comes in this week with only two teams ranked. No, I say, yeah, two, Virginia and
State.
And no, but State's not ranked.
Did they fall
They're
out?
out. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I don't quite understand what they're doing. I'm going to tell you another game that I saw, and this is where I think these people who vote, and I'm sorry for talking about all y'all. Y'all need to listen to this. I'm sorry. And I know there are people around here who vote on this stuff, but here's the problem. I watched Texas A&M play Tennessee last week. Texas A&M comes in as the number 2 team in the conference, and Tennessee was like 4th or 5th. Tennessee is ranked 11th. Texas A&M is ranked 25th. But now all of a sudden, after they played and Texas A&M beats them 68-63 last week, guess what?
They still ranked under them.
Well, the problem with this whole mess is Tennessee is like 4 or 5 games behind them in the conference, and you don't think that Tennessee's that great? Come on, understand what you're doing.
Because they had Tennessee up at like second in the nation, and they lost like 4 of the next 6 games, and they just
look at that right there.
Crazy.
Do you see Texas A&M? You don't see them. There's Tennessee, 11th.
One ACC team, Terry?
Miami and Virginia.
Oh,
both of
Miami.
those in there.
I
Yeah.
missed Miami looking at it. So 2 ACC teams in the top 25.
There's
NC
your
State's
Texas
at
A&M
26.
at 25th.
Yeah, right in front of NC State.
And they just beat Tennessee.
Yeah. But now you look at their conference, and Texas A&M is like 4 or 5 games ahead of them.
Now, Wolfpack are 24th on the coaches poll, Terry.
Yeah, they did make one. There you go. Fantastic. About time.
Well, let's look over the ACC standings.
they've been hovering around 25 all
year. And they keep saying, Joe Lenard, I'm going to tell you something else I do not like. As we're looking at this, when this bracketology comes up in a minute, they put Duke as a number 6. State is a number 8. Well, you know what? When we played earlier in this year, for all you Duke fans, and I know we got you again, we beat y'all like a drum. Y'all was out of the game in the first 5 minutes. So I don't want to hear that. Duke is not better than State. And now all them people out here that's Duke fans right now go, we're going to get you. We're going to get you.
It's the brand. That's all
it is.
It's the brand. And it's going to, without Coach K over there to make sure the refs give him every call, I don't see him being the dominant as they were. Plus in the one and done era.
Well,
I mean,
looking back at you can look at the names, how the names works out for the record. So let's look at the votes for so Pittsburgh is 27th. State's 26. Duke is down there about 32nd.
Pittsburgh second in the conference.
Right. And then that's why I say, so you go look at the standings, and you'd say, well, if Duke was 13-4 and 28-8, Duke is 20-8 with second in the conference. If Duke was second in the conference, Terry, would they be ranked?
Why, yeah, they'd be in the top 10.
Yeah, it would.
So I don't understand the Pittsburgh thing.
Look at Louisville.
Right now,
Look at
Clemson,
Louisville.
NC
Wow.
State, Duke, all there.
Can I mention something about Louisville?
Yeah.
Did anybody watch that game last week?
Mm-mm.
Louisville's playing, and I forget who they were playing. They're winning. Look, you got to look at the record. They are 4-24. At this time, they was like 3-23 last week, and they got this kid on their team named Ellis. He's the best kid they got. He can play. He can shoot from everywhere. He outside, inside, whatever. He rebounds. He does it all. He's our point guard. But last week, they're up by 8. They ain't but like 9 seconds left. The ball's thrown away to him. What does he do? He goes in and does a 360 dunk for them to win by 10. You know? And everybody went crazy, blasting this guy. I'm like,
sure they did.
people, this guy has not won but 4 games this year. Give him his pride. But everybody went and blasting this kid for him going in doing a 360 dunk at the end of the game. Heck with y'all.
They're saying Carolina's out right now.
Yeah, they're the third team out. They was the first team out this week on Monday, and now they've dropped since the other teams have won. They've dropped down to the third team out, so there's 2 teams ahead of them about getting in now.
Terry, you can call them the third team out all you want. I know the committee's not putting Utah State in over North Carolina.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not dumb neither.
They're not putting
I'm not dumb neither, because if we had to pick today,
they're not putting Utah State
and I ain't got nothing wrong. I mean, you know, for the NCAA, that's what they want. They want Carolina in there.
Right.
They don't want them out because they're going to bring people no matter where they're at. They got lots of fans.
Right.
But Carolina would be in the thing. You can't tell me they'd be out.
Well, folks, listen on the radio. We've got the artwork, of course, up on the YouTube. You can watch on YouTube live 8 to 10. Then, of course, if you missed the show, you can go back and watch it anytime you want during the week and forever. Pittsburgh, Nevada, Memphis, West Virginia, last 4 byes. Last 4 in is Oklahoma State, USC, Wisconsin, Mississippi State. First 4 out, Penn State, Utah, North Carolina, and Charleston. Next 4 out, Texas Tech, Clemson, Terry. Why is Clemson behind the Tar Heels?
I think because Carolina beat them.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would go with.
Well, Clemson's 20-8 and 12-5. Carolina is 17-11 and 9-8.
What I would do,
that one win matters more than anything.
is justify Carolina's last 3 games that they've got left, and then you try to figure out what they're going to finish.
Kevin, you're the one that's been on head-to-head over and over again, and now you're going to say the head-to-head don't matter.
Well, in a 64 team, well, here's the thing, Tom. They're not deciding between those 2 teams head-to-head. See my point on that?
Yeah,
one?
okay.
Is that like
your whole Clemson's body of work is better?
If you're even looking at those and have those 8 teams there and without names, you see Clemson is what, third?
I mean,
in the
Utah
conference,
State and
or fourth in
Charleston
the
don't
conference?
even need to even be thinking about making it over. Penn State and Carolina would be in.
That's the goal.
Well, I'll tell you who's not in. Ohio State. I think they've lost 11 in a row.
No, Tom, y'all out.
They're terrible.
Y'all are way out.
I don't see how
you
the
got
coach,
a losing record.
They might fire the coach.
Wait a minute. I saw a bracketology. Moving on up a little bit more. I think I saw Duke had fell to a 7.
Hold on, Terry. We're in this bracket first.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Right now, in the East in New York, you'd have Purdue, the 1 seed. Virginia would be a 4 seed, ranked 6th in the nation. How does that math add up, Terry? That's 13 through 16.
Well,
that's
I'm gonna tell you
they
something
got beat
else.
by like 20 the other day, so they're probably going to drop it when this new seeding comes out.
Well, I'm going to tell you something else that's strange. We got this Big 12. They say they're the top. They're going to have the most teams in it.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas is a number 1. I give Bill Self and them all the credit. They're good. They play well. State could have beat them earlier this year. State played with them. They got beat by like 4 or 5. North Carolina State could have beat Kansas. That's how I knew State was going to be pretty darn good when I saw them play them. Because State can beat them now. I think State would beat Kansas today.
Right now, they got 9 of the Right now, they got 9.
And the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Right now, 9 of the 10 Big teams are in the
Big
tournament.
12, only 10 teams.
8 of the Big 12
Good job.
teams are in the tournament. If that sounds even right, Tom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big Ten. With
I read
9.
that right. Did I grammatically correct? I said that
Now
right.
look at
9
this.
of the Big Ten teams. Are
Big
in the
10
tournament.
with 9. How many teams in that conference is ranked? 2?
I don't know.
2 out of the 9?
I don't see anyone else on that side of the bracket. For us to talk to, Duke is a 7 right now
There you go. They fell
in
a
the
spot.
Midwest,
And we're 8. Yeah.
and you're 8 ahead of them.
And we destroyed them.
Destroyed them.
Destroyed them.
Destroyed. Well, so Duke's in the 7 right now. They got NC State's an 8 seed. If they win, they'd be going to Houston for a 1983 matchup. Terry,
There's nobody in that bracket
we're not
we
going
cannot
to
beat.
Houston.
We beat Houston. We beat Asheville. We beat Rutgers.
We beat Asheville. Way to go out on them there.
Youngstown State, baby. I got a team in there. That's my Ohio team.
I like that bracket. North Carolina State will be out
Youngstown
there in your
State,
final 8.
They got Miami at a 4.
Final 16, maybe.
They got Miami at a 4 seed, and then the big story of the week, Alabama at the 1 seed. What's going to happen with their player involved in this?
They're letting him play.
He's playing. He scored 42.
Yeah, I was
the
getting
other
ready to
night.
say they were mocking him the whole game. He
Yeah.
scored 42, so you could really tell he's got a guilty conscience.
Yeah. Yeah, that bothered him.
I think some people were mad at the announcer. He said some things like he was a sharpshooter and something, and a couple other references to it that some people weren't too thrilled about with that. So I don't know the situation, how it is. His lawyers say he didn't have anything to do with it, but you know how that goes. But anyway, there's your college basketball breakdown. ACC right now, it says 5 teams, Terry, in the ACC, 5 in the Big East, 8 in the SEC, 8 in the Big 12, 9 from the Big 10, 2 Mountain West, 3 Pac-12, 2 WCC, and 2 from the American. So, any other thoughts on the college basketball before we move on?
No, we're going to win national championship. Just want everybody to know that.
You going to go ahead and do this one again? Is this where we're going with this, Terry?
Hey, we're pretty good.
What?
We play Clemson today.
Yeah. Tar Heels are on again tonight on KTC Broadcasting.
Against Virginia.
Against Virginia. All right.
Yeah.
When we come back, we got more sports to talk about. We've got NBA. We're going to fix the All-Star game. We've got the NFL Hall of Fame. We never got to that. We did want to pick our Hall of Famers and see how that turned out. Let's see. Spring training starts today, guys. Pitchers, catchers, whoever is starting today. And I think we got more stuff too. KTCBroadcasting.com.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them. For over 60 years, Boyd Tire and Appliance has been serving the Clover and surrounding area with the finest quality of home appliances, televisions, lawn equipment and parts, tires and more. They feature in-house financing with 90 days same as cash, and they service what they sell. Drop by their showroom at 110 North Main Street in Clover, open 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. Call 803-222-3231 for Boyd Tire and Appliance and Boyd Lawn and Garden. Online at BoydTireandAppliance.com.
Hi, I'm Mark
And I'm Kathy.
from the Shop Incorporated Auto Body Shop,
And TSI Garage.
and we would like to thank the great people of Cherryville and the surrounding areas for the last 18 years of business, and we look forward to serving you for at least 118 more, because we think the Shop Incorporated
And TSI Garage.
go together with the great people of Cherryville just like peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, Grizzly the Greeter says this is the month to buy at Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes in Cherryville. This month, you'll get 7% off all metal structures. But that's not all. Take 15% off all greenhouses. But that's still not all. Save big on pre-owned buildings in stock. And right now, you get short-time delivery at Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes. 2268 Lincoln and Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right across from Ace Hardware. Online at blessedbuildings-tinyhomes.com. and like them on Facebook too.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. Barrett's Floor Covering in Kings Mountain has just received a big new shipment of LVP flooring. Come on by and check them out. Contact One LVP Flooring is sale priced at $199 a square foot. And Shaw Pine Look Flooring, sale priced at $299 a square foot. Hurry before it's all gone at Barrett's Floor Covering, 150 Dixon School Road in Kings Mountain. Check out the website at barrettfloorcovering.com, see their page at whatsupshopper.com, and like them on Facebook too. Tune in for Down Home with Milton Baker, Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin the Gang. Yeah, that last ad was only about 11 seconds. It didn't give me much time to tell him its last break. But as always, Shelby Heating Air supporting Saturday Morning Sports Talk. 704-487-7877.
And that's right. You can check them out online, shelbyheating.com, for all your heating and air needs.
All right. The reason I said the last one was the cutest sports video. This one takes the cake of the cutest video of the day. This is an orangutan at a zoo. He saw the caretakers feeding the baby cubs. He wanted in on the action.
Huh.
And so now he is helping feed the cubs, and he's rolling around with them and playing with them and stuff. So he's the new tiger keeper at that zoo. I don't know which zoo it is, but he's just having a good time with them. He loves his little kittens.
Wow.
Probably likes them scratching him like that too.
Yeah.
Probably feels good, you know.
Yeah, they're both having a great time. But
Got the big old paws on that.
That's great right there. Yeah.
Yep.
That was the note, is that he had saw them feeding him like that, and he come and grabbed the bottle and started feeding them himself, and that's what started. All right, little baseball, little fun. Got some more fun with you, Terry. What?
That's right. First home run hit in preseason was done by Kansas City Royal.
I have no idea if that means anything.
He did. He hit one yesterday.
He
Vinny.
He did. It's a fact, Tommy.
He did. It's a fact.
It's not real interesting. But
Well, I mean, at least we had the first one of the year, Tom. It's we have to have little things that make us feel
Well, here's
great.
something else that makes you feel good, Terry. Here's a chart I thought that was interesting. This is the number of people, not particularly fans, who live within 3 kilometers. I don't know why they decided to use the metric system on this one, from each team's baseball stadium. So the Yankees have 670,000 people, Tom, that live within 3 kilometers of the stadium.
I would say most of them have already moved to North Carolina. They need to recount.
Yeah.
That's more than most of these cities have in their whole cities. 670,000 within the Yankee stadium. Only 360,000 people live within the Mets 3-mile district or 3-kilometer district. Then the Red Sox, Cubs, and then the Blue Jays are 5th. Terry, bottom 4 teams, fans are sitting at this table.
Think of that. Well, Atlanta is now, since they moved them out
Right.
of the city.
So Kansas City is dead last with only 15,000 people within a 3-mile drive. St.
Pretty
Louis
interesting. All of our favorite
is
teams
next,
are
29,000.
Yeah,
the last 4.
That's why I brought this in. The Indians, the Guardians are 30th. What? How many? 30 teams, 27th, whatever it is, 28th, and then the Braves are 4th to last with 39,000 people within a 3-kilometer distance. So all 4 of our teams have the least number of fans within driving distance or walking distance of the.
There you go, Tom.
Not
That's
driving,
why I
walking-
mentioned
walking
about us
distance,
hitting the first home run, because nobody in the world knows.
Nobody
This is what we
even
have to
knew.
tell.
One of those 39,000 people, though, might be our estranged employee. He was an Atlanta fan. We don't know where he's at.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
he's
is.
living. Maybe he's been counted.
All right, my next Major League Baseball stat of the year. All right, here, guys. This is the one I gotta hide this one for a minute. This one is Major League Baseball's This is from a girls' fan page. The official Major League Baseball top 10 dreamiest dudes.
No.
Thanks to the votes on the internet. And the reason I brought this up, not because we're about to judge the dreamiest dudes here, is not because 4 of the top 10 are Cardinals. We got some good-looking boys in St. Louis. It's because one of them, Terry, you ready for this, is our own Alec Burleson.
How about that?
Alec Burleson from East Lincoln made Kelsey Birds and the officials Major League Baseball's dreamiest dudes of Major League Baseball. Burley comes in at number 9, Tom. Have you ever umpired him? Do you remember?
Probably East Lincoln.
Yeah.
I rarely umpire East Lincoln.
Number 1, Adam Wainwright of the Cardinals. Terry, you think he's dreamy?
Okay.
No comment.
No.
Do people say dreamy anymore?
I
thought
don't
that
know.
Was, I thought that
it
was like a 70s thing.
Randall Gritchick used to play for the Cardinals. This must be a Cardinals fan that did this. But anyway, a fun story on Wainwright the other day. At spring training, they went out to eat. You know, they're down there to the beach and everything, Terry, in Florida. Well, they were eating at a place on the beach, and, you know, it was where folks could drive their golf carts. Well, somebody had drove a cart that was all decked up in St. Louis Cardinals stuff. Wainwright went over there and signed the back of it. Really big across the back of it. Didn't, you know, he's like, I'm just not even going to tell him. And he posted on Twitter and stuff. And the guy's neighbor saw it on Twitter while the guy was eating dinner. And when he pulled him back home, he just sat there. It was like, I was just sitting there laughing at him and pointed out. He didn't even know that Wainwright had signed it. He had to point it out and show the guy that Adam Wainwright. He was in there eating dinner. He didn't even know Wainwright was in the same restaurant, much less signed his Cardinals golf cart for him. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I thought you'd want to hear that Alec Burleson made the top 10 dreamiest dudes for Major League Baseball. So there's your baseball notes, Tom. Was you excited about that?
Yeah, I like dreamy guys.
Tom said if he put his sweater vest on, he would jump to the top.
I know. Get Burley. I need to get Burley a sweater vest. He can crack the top 5.
The modifier jump Tom to the top.
I sit around. We're going to do that. We're going to do that in the Western Piedmont Umpires Association. The 10
You're gonna make a calendar.
dreamiest umpires. Dreamiest umpires in the Western Piedmont Association. Give me a break with this.
Do they make umpire sweater vest?
Yeah, they do. We have a calendar every year. You can check it out on eBay. The Western Piedmont Umpire Calendar.
All right. All right. Anybody? I know, Zach, I guess you feel good about your Braves, your chances this year. Terry, do the Royals got a shot at making the playoffs?
No, if we just close to 500.
Guardians, Tom, how you feel?
Well, I mean, they seem to be upbeat after their good season last year, but I'm telling you, they better hit the ball. We'll see. I mean, as long as Tito's there, I think he's gonna keep it competitive. But once he's gone, I don't know. When that small market, Terry, I mean, it's about impossible.
I just wish they would get
just get some revenue sharing and make it competitive.
That's what I was fixing. I wish it would be some parity in it.
Just make it. I mean, it's not
level playing field a little bit.
It's not interesting when it's always, the Mets now, the Yankees, Boston. That's all anybody talks about. I mean, the small market teams. I think they're there just to be the minor league teams for those big boys. Yeah. And the Dodgers, teams that can write the big checks. It's just.
Well, Mr. Umpire, how you feel about the pitch clock?
Well.
Machado found out yesterday.
It'll be hard to enforce. It's another headache. You know what I mean? It's just.
Is it? The guy behind the plate yesterday, Machado, just stepped in. He didn't get there. The guy called time, stepped out, said strike one, and pointed at him. And Machado said, we just got to get used to it. He says, I know the rule. I know what I got to do. He said, I just took too much time.
How much time are they giving him?
Because
I don't know.
15 seconds.
Between pitches.
15 seconds.
Machado said that he's going to get a lot of called first strikes because he's not going to be ready.
That's it.
Are they going to do similar to like they do the quarterbacks where they can actually see it in the like on the play clock? Is that going to be something? Do we know? I don't know. I haven't seen this.
I know he can't see it but it's got to be where they can see it.
Yeah. All right, the new rule
because it was behind him and you can see it clicking down.
Right. Pitchers have 15 seconds to throw a pitch with the bases empty, 20 seconds with a runner on base. Hitters will need to be in the batter's box with 8 seconds on the pitch clock. So if that makes any sense to any of you guys.
And that's to
speed
keep
up
some of the guys. Some of the guys do take too long.
Yeah.
getting
Well,
there.
the game yesterday with Machado and them they played it in 2 minutes 29 seconds.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
2
a
hours.
lot. I
Listen
think
to
that's a
me, 2
lot.
minutes. Yeah, 2 hours.
I think that's a
and
lot
20
better. You got
That's pretty good there, Terry.
Well, back in the glory days of baseball, that's all games took, between 2 and 3 hours.
Yeah.
They didn't take this 4 hours. I mean, if you ask me, NFL games take too long. I mean, they're taking 3 hours 15 minutes.
I think
the
you gotta
problem
think
I'm
time-
having is all the time that they spend going looking at reviews.
Well,
right.
Somebody did a research on it. So an NFL game is 60 minutes, and actual time, like clock time, they only play like an average around 15 minutes of actual football play time. So in a 3 hours and 30-minute broadcast, you're actually only seeing 15 minutes of football. Just think about that while you're sitting there watching. That's why they run. That's why everybody always like, well, how come in the fourth quarter nobody can stop anybody? Or score because the first 2 quarters I got to run the clock out so it takes 3 hours and run commercials.
Tell me something, though, and this is me, and maybe
we gotta have stops during commercials.
Yeah, I guess I'm just ignorant, but how
that's
come?
true.
Well, okay, how come
Good guess.
in the NFL when you got 3 timeouts per half, how come you do not use more of them in the first half?
You know, a lot of coaches don't even use them.
Yeah, they don't even mess with them. I mean, you'll end up with 3 timeouts you never even used. I mean, there's situations in the halves that time. Let's get this right.
I think you should have unlimited challenges until you miss one.
I agree.
Because I can be like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, then I'm wrong. Okay, I don't get any more challenges. I can't tell you you're wrong no more.
Yeah.
I can't tell you no more you're wrong.
They're challenging some things that shouldn't be challenged. I'll say that.
There's a pickoff rule. The bigger bases will move from 15 inches to 18 inches. The idea is to reduce injuries while sliding into the bases. I don't know how much that's going to be.
How's that work?
I don't know. Just weird. Position players pitching. Teams will be more limited to when they can pitch a position player. The previous rule allowed them to use one when up or down 6 runs or more. But gosh almighty.
And have it now, they got it where you can't switch people all to one side.
If I was
now?
the commissioner of baseball, you know how I'd fix baseball?
Yeah, you can't do the shift anymore.
Yeah, no more of that.
You know how I'd fix
I like that.
You know how I'd fix baseball?
You don't like the shift?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think you should be able to outlaw it.
It's done. Did it.
But why, Terry?
I
As a hitter, would you not want them to shift on you? I'd get a base hit every time if they put
if
3
they
people on one
shifted
side
on
of the
if they
field.
shifted on Tony Gwynn, he'd hit it to where
I was
they
about to
weren't.
say, as I said, do you think they could shift on Ichiro or Pete Rose?
I've never understood the shift in
Let 'em
guys
do it.
who never attempted to go the opposite
That's what I'm
way.
saying. Let them do it. I don't know why you have to outlaw it. Let them do it.
I mean, those are the things that made me mad about players.
Right.
Not that we're banning this.
Right. No, instead of
The
making
players
the
can't figure out how to put it over to the left side if they right at.
Instead of
They're not as
making the
good hitters
players,
as what we had
instead of
before.
making the players do what they're supposed to do, now they're making the defense. Well, we're stopping you. You can't adjust and hit it opposite field. Now we're just going to
Of all the
make it
people,
illegal.
of all
that's
the
like telling
people,
the defense
They can't play 2-3 defense or man to man.
That's how like NBA you just not have zone defense. That's what they're basically they're out low in zone.
The reason I say this is and I'm not quoting on him, but Freddie Freeman, what a great player, MVP, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He couldn't hit over there. I'd get so mad at him. I'm like, man, lay down a bunt, something, just to put it to that side of the field where they'll quit this with you.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Here's some questions. Are catchers limited to pickoff throws? No, catchers can throw as many times at the base as they want.
You only throw twice to first now?
Can a catcher hold on to the ball longer to give a pitcher more time? No, any attempt or at least repeated attempt will result in a warning or violation being called. Umpires have discretion here. That'll be awesome. Is the distance from home to first or third base now shorter or just from first to second to third? Yes, all baselines are shorter because the size of the base is now 3 inches square bigger than it was previously. That means first and third are that much closer to home plate.
Very glad Ricky Henderson.
Man,
Could
Ricky
they-
Henderson would be loving it. You got that right.
But my question on first and third, could they not just back it up 3 inches and make it 90 feet from the plate?
Yeah, put it like the back that way.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's still the same distance.
Just put the
but-
whole 3 inches to the left or back, whatever you want to call it. Oh, my God. We got engineers out here who can't figure this out. When can a batter step out to reset the pitch clock? Only when he calls timeout. which can happen once per plate appearance. The batter is allowed to step out of the box.
I like that.
After
I
any
like that
pitch.
rule.
As
I do
long as
too.
he's ready and alert the pitcher with 8 seconds remaining on the clock to reset the clock, he has to use his time out. Can a fielder get a running start to beat the shift rules? No. Oh my gosh.
I would hate to be an umpire right now because they got to remember all this.
Yeah,
new
that's
stuff.
what I'm saying. But now you got a crew, so if you mess up, I mean, we're all learning.
Again, does anyone have one reason, a legitimate reason why the shift has been banned? Other than
we want more runs scored.
Is that it? That's the only thing that I can come up with. Like now we're banning. Get this one, Tom. The running start to beat a shift. Now running start. So now you can't run towards second when they hits it. Be moving that way. What kind of call, Terry, as an umpire and all the rules in baseball? Do you want to be looking for that? You're looking for running.
They got enough to look for
running
now.
Shifts. God. So what if you're covering second? Sorry, Blue. I was covering the guy running to second. Shortstops and second baseman move the whole every pitch, all the time. Jesus. And the ghost runner thing, we've just we've got to a point in the world where we have ghost runners in Major League Baseball.
It's like stuff we played with as kids.
Of all the rules that we made up as kids, I would believe it more that you could throw it and hit a batter and they're out than if you could that we were going to play ghost runners.
Yeah, I ain't heard this as a kid.
If I told you when I was 12, Zach, you can throw it and hit, you can beam the runners. We used to play it with tennis balls because you didn't have 9 batters. You can hit the guy running with a tennis ball and he's out. If you told me baseball went to that, I would believe that more if you told me we're doing ghost runners. Ghost runners, guys. I can't believe it. It's just and then the RBIs.
In what context can you use a ghost runner?
It's an
It's
extra
just-
innings.
they automatically
to
set somebody at second base.
Yeah, they never did do away with that. That's still there.
Yeah,
but that's a real person.
Right.
Yeah, but
When
it's
we
in a
played
ghost position.
But how did he
though.
get there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah,
hit the
ghost
ball.
position.
He's
He didn't
basically
do
a
it.
ghost runner.
But ghost runners, we would say
Right. There's an invisible guy.
we would say there's an invisible
Right.
guy,
Yes.
and if you.
But that's what they're calling it.
If you could
is the
step
ghost
on
runner
first
rule.
before the real guy got the second, he was out
Yeah.
at first.
Right,
We used to
right.
play it that way.
Right.
Good
'Cause
job,
you only had-
MLB.
that's how you play 2-on-3 or 3-on-2 baseball in the backyard. But yeah, so it totally ruins the RBIs.
Yes, that's what bothers me.
Like Hank Aaron, Albert Pujols, all these guys that they're trying to get rid of to see the people on the internet. Y'all would lose y'all's gaskets the way they talk about RBIs and batting averages and stuff now. It's just so stupid hearing the conversations. Can the pitcher ask for a new ball? Yes, but he must be able to do with at least 8 seconds on the clock. Jeez. What's the catcher's responsibility in getting ready? He must be in the box and ready to catch with at least 9 seconds in the box. So now y'all got to remember all these seconds.
That's awful.
Is this like basketball refs out there? Y'all gonna be out there doing this? Is that what they're supposed to do?
I guess.
Is there a clock? I don't know.
There's got to be a
All
clock
right.
in front of it.
JP, when we come back, we've got football to talk about, NBA and more on KTCBroadcasting.com.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them.
They've done it again. A big new shipment of refrigerators have been unloaded at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. It's the biggest selection ever to choose from with final markdowns. Prices have been slashed to move. Bring that tax money in and go home with a new GE, Samsung, Whirlpool, or KitchenAid refrigerator. Plus, they all come with a full 1-year warranty. See Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center today. 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left going up. Like them on Facebook too. Not one, not two, but 3 big trucks with car carriers have backed up and unloaded a big new shipment of brand new Volkswagens at Classic Volkswagens in Gastonia. All of your favorite Volkswagen models. Come in now and mention this radio ad and get your choice. Take either $1,000 off the price of your new Volkswagen or receive a $1,000 gift card. Either way, it's $1,000 in savings for you. only at Classic Volkswagen of Gastonia, 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard. Online at classicvwgastonia.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Country Camping Corner in Kings Mountain announces their Super Spring Sell-a-thon going on right now. Come in and save thousands of dollars. Camping season is right around the corner, and right now lightweight units start at $14,995 with name brands like Viking, Flipper, Wildwood FSX, Geo Pro, Sonic, and Sonic Light. And they now carry Duratane Protectant. Call for details at 704-734-0595. Don't miss the Super Spring Sell-a-thon at Country Camping Corner, 110 Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass intersection in Kings Mountain. Online at countrycamping.com.
Check out the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after 4 p.m. specials at Love's Fish Box in Kings Mountain. On Tuesday, it's Alaskan whitefish with all the trimmings for $7.99. On Wednesdays, it's beef tips with choice of potato and salad for $10.95. And on Thursday, it's an 8-ounce hamburger steak with choice of potato for $7.99. And don't forget about their daily lunch specials too. Love's Fish Box, 1104 Shelby Road in Kings Mountain, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Yes, this day and time, money is tight. Everything seems to be going up, especially the cost of transportation. If you've been thinking about trading in your ride for a new one, think first of having it replaced at a fraction of the cost of a new vehicle at Bruner's Automotive in Cherryville. With a team of GM factory certified technicians, they make sure their customers leave satisfied at the best possible price. Bruner's Automotive, 319 East Main Street, downtown Cherryville, online at brunerautomotive.com. Call 704-923-7612. Like them on Facebook, too.
And we're back with Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. 704-487-7877. Shelby Heating and Air for y'all, your heating and air needs.
Well, thank you, JP.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Major League Baseball teams hitting under 240. Before 2010, 0. Okay, follow me? 2010, 1. 2011, 2. 2012, 5. 2013, 5. 2014, 4. 2015, 0. 16, 17, 1 apiece. 2018, 8. 2019, 4. 2020, 11 teams under 240. 2021, 12 teams under 240. 2022, last year, 14.
Keeps going up.
Of the 30 Major League Baseball teams hit under 240. So there's that note.
14 out of 30.
Yep, 14 out of 30. Major League Baseball teams hit under 240. That's
Aaron Judge.
That's
right. His type of philosophy.
All right, in basketball, NBA All-Star Weekend, of course, LeBron last week, of course, a couple weeks ago, broke the record. Here's one stat. Most turnovers in NBA playoff history, LeBron is first with 975. The next closest is Magic Johnson with 696.
But that could come from all the games he's played, though.
Correct, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, really. I have to look at it like that.
Terry, Magic Johnson played in almost the same number, one less finals than he did. That's what I'm saying.
I'd like to know the total games.
Right. We can pull it up on the internet. They've got this magic thing here. But anyway.
And I think they might have upped the best of threes, the best of fives, the best of seven. I think they might have adjusted that a little bit, but it's still that's a lot of turnovers.
It is. It's a lot.
Almost how many now?
900.
975.
Almost 1,000. Almost 1,000.
Shaq's third, Kobe's fourth, Tim Duncan's fifth in all-time playoff turnovers. If you will, and as all of those have been to at least 4 finals. So you're wondering about the games there. For that, all right. Let's see. What were we doing? We were moving to basketball. I think I might have had one more. Maybe not. All right. The All-Star Weekend. Here's my fix for the game, Terry, and I'm going. Baseball had the right idea, wrong sport. I believe you got to play for home court advantage.
I think you do too. I the last week watching that All-Star game for basketball in the NBA was the worst junk that I've ever seen in my life.
So between that, I got some more rules too. The 3-point contest and the dunk contest must have participation from the All-Stars. You understand what I'm saying?
You mean you don't want some little 6'2" nobody?
I don't want anyone who didn't make
who's on a contract where he goes back and forth between the G League.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone. Nothing against whatever happened in the dunk. I just don't want anyone we've never heard of. So you used to go to the dunk contest. You was Dominique versus Jordan, Dr. J versus David Thompson.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard and Aaron Gordon, all them going against you. That you knew who was in the dunk contest. We're just putting these guys in. I think it's All-Star Weekend, right? All-Star Weekend. I want the All-Stars to shoot the 3-pointers, and I want the All-Stars to dunk. I don't want No-Name Joe. I don't want Craig Hodges sneaking. Craig Hodges wasn't even in the league.
Yeah. But, I mean, last week at the end of the game, guys, I mean, think about it. They were coming down. I mean, Tatum, Lillard, and all them were shooting from half court when the game's like you got to get to 182. They were shooting from half court. I mean, that's not nobody's playing defense no more. I used to know at least when I watched an All-Star game, yeah, you might shimmy first, second, and third quarter, but when you got to the fourth, then you played because to see who would come out. Last week in that thing, that was terrible. I mean, and don't get me wrong. I know Tatum scored 55. Brown had, 30? 30, I mean, a total
40.
of 90. Yeah, for something. They had a total of 90 points for Boston. Don't get me wrong.
I think it was like 55 and 40.
But you cannot have that. It meant nothing.
No,
yeah. I watched a little bit of the NFL game, a flag football game.
Well, there's another one. Now we've went to flag football.
They just make too much money now. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
They make too much money now, and they're not going to take a risk of getting hurt.
Did y'all hear who recommended to do flag football? Did y'all who pushed that? It was Russell Wilson. He's the one that told the commissioner about it.
Well, he got his quarterbacks coach fired too.
Well, the basketball guy, Durant or one of them said that we play harder at the down at the in the
rec league or whatever else
during the summer than we do in the All-Star game. And so that's why I was saying, like, if they put because the schedules are imbalanced a little bit anyway, are already anyway, because the Western teams play out 60%, 70% West, and the East plays 60, 70% East. The home court advantage in the finals is kind of, it might not be right anyway. I don't know. To make them play is maybe something. The baseball thing, I thought there was no reason to do much to it. I thought that was fun anyway. But anyway, that's old news. But the basketball thing, you've got to make them want to play. Whether you put $1 million a person on it, like surely the NBA has $13 million they can put on this game, and every the winners get $1 million, losers get nothing. Would they play harder then?
Need to have something.
Right,
I'm with it. I need to have something,
or just get rid of it.
Well, the idea of it is supposed to be.
It wouldn't bother me if they just got rid of it.
Well, the idea of it's supposed to be the world's best pickup game. You're supposed to see a good like if all these guys showed up at the park, showed up at the YMCA, and the best of the best played each other. This is what you want to see. You want to see them go at each other.
Nobody played defense last week.
And again, this is you blame LeBron for whatever you want. Kobe and Michael didn't make friends for a reason, and this is one of the reasons. And this is the reasons why they acted like this. When you get to a game like this, everybody's LeBron's friend. So we're all letting him do whatever he wants to. And the guys came in the league, look up, come to Michael. Oh, Michael Jordan. He'd be like, I'm going to drop 40 on your butt. Like, oh, LeBron. All right, will you be my Instagram friend?
Yeah, I know.
There's a big difference between being I want to be your Instagram friend.
Will you like my post?
Right. Will you be my Yeah. Will you like
if
me
you
on
like
Facebook?
my post, I'll like your post.
Right. As opposed to F you, I'm about to dunk on your head tonight.
F you, I'm getting ready to drop 50 on you.
So there's no competition in it because like when Kobe was gone, when he retired, there's nobody else that's going to sit there and make everybody play hard for what reason? If there's no money or nothing on the line.
Skills competition I thought was terrible. The ones they had in that. The 3-point thing, that is an art. And Damian Lillard finally won it. He should win it. He's good. He should win that thing.
Do they have I didn't watch it this year. Do they have a spot where they back up and shoot deep threes? Should they not have that now, the way everybody shoots?
I don't remember seeing it.
Taking the colored ball, the fifth ball, and putting it back and giving them a big point.
What about
ball.
this idea, real quick? There's 5 racks, right?
Yep.
Take one rack and you have to put it deep, wherever you want. And I just say put the racks wherever you want, as opposed to wherever. As long as you put 4 on the line and 1 deep, I'd say put your racks out there however you want and see. You got to have 1 deep now, the way Curry and them do it. And
I would
Damian,
think
don't
you would, but then a guy who does not shoot from out there like a Curry and a Lillard and all of them say, man, I do the 3-point line. They're only going to get the same amount out there as I'm going to get here, so why should I go shoot out there?
That 3-point line. No, everybody gets to shoot it. Everybody has to shoot.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying.
And make them all the money balls, all the deep ones.
I would.
I mean,
you got if you're going to get some excitement, to people to watch it.
All right, NBA standings here before we move on. Boston,
Cleveland
Bucks,
won a bunch of games and then lost 3 in a row.
Sixers, Cleveland. Brooklyn's hanging in there, 4-6 in the last 10. Cleveland's 7-3 in the last 10. Milwaukee's won 10 straight. Miami, with their new look front line with Kevin Love and Cody Zeller, joined the Miami Heat as well.
Yeah, they bought out Kevin Love. I hated to see that happen, but I'm telling you, they're going to regret doing that. They would use him.
Did you see Jared Allen's comment?
Mm-mm.
He put on there. He said, "Man, it's like when somebody says they're going to go out and get milk and bread and they never come back." He was talking about it was a joke. It was a joke. I said, "Man, where you at?"
Well, they weren't playing him. They just signed another guy. I can't remember. Some guy was just got bought out, but I just think that come playoff time, I mean, how much experience does Kevin Love have? I mean, I don't know. Like, I would like him over a Levert or somebody like that, but
well, they played last night and they got blown out.
Yeah, they got blown out by Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're going to regret that one, but we'll see.
Well, I'm talking about Miami.
Cleveland got blown out by Atlanta.
Yeah,
I mean they really got they were down like 25.
I think Miami lost like about 22 or something.
Yeah, they got blown
like
out.
121-99.
Well, it takes a while to mesh. I don't know. I mean, just Cleveland is such a streaky team. They'll win 7, 8 in a row, then they'll lose 4 or 5.
Well, the crazy thing about Cleveland is last year they basically were in the same spot as they are this year, and they picked up. I think he's I think he's a superstar, Donovan Mitchell. But they're basically in the same spot. I thought it would jump them up at least a little bit, but
they play some of the weaker teams. They beat them. They play Utah.
I think there was a 5 last year, and there were 4 this year.
They play the big boys. They get beat.
Brooklyn lost their guy, or guys, but
all of them.
So, but that Bridges guy they got is a good basketball player. They got from Phoenix.
Out west, Denver, Memphis, Sacramento, Phoenix, Clippers, Mavericks, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Golden State, the 9 seed, Utah the 10, OKC 11, Portland 12, LA in the 13, game and a half out of the 10.
They've been stuck in that 13th spot for about 3 weeks now.
I don't know if they're going to make it, Terry.
The Hornets went and beat Minnesota last night. Good job for our lottery chances.
Well, another thing, too, I want to mention that you was talking about them winning last night. But Edwards played on the team they beat. And I like what you sent out because he is like, if I'm coming to your place, I'm going to play.
I like that. Yeah.
So do you think the Lakers are going to make the playoff?
No, I don't neither.
Not even the 9 or 10 seed? I want to get the 10 seed. If they get the 10 seed and have to play Golden State in a shootout.
They beat them last night.
Beat them last 2 times they played.
Mm-hmm.
But when Golden State's they're not full strength.
No, Curry's not play. He didn't play last.
That's what I was about to say. If Curry's playing, it's not Golden State. You can call him whatever you want to. It's not Golden State. Hornets are 4th in the standings.
No, wait a minute. I might be wrong telling y'all that. I think. Check your thing. I think the L.A. beat them and then Golden State won last night.
Oh, yeah, because
a
couple weeks ago, L.A. won.
Lit it up
Golden State beat the Rockets last night.
There you go. Yeah, Thompson had 40-some. That's how it was.
The Hornets are now 4th in the spot for playoffs for the top 3 pick. You're guaranteed a top 3 pick, or the percentages there in the top 3. They Wembanyama measured in shoes, whatever that means, at 7'5" officially the other day. So I guess they got to figure out what he is without shoes, 7'3" or whatever. All right. Any other NBA news notes? Anything before we move on, guys? Got a little football to talk about.
It's funny. That sounds like something out of high school. Remember when guys should say, "I'm 6 foot with shoes on."
Right.
Then you're not 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Said the other day that actually said yesterday that chemistry looks really good with Booker and Durant and the team. It was funny. They asked Devin Booker if they were a super team. He said, "Well, we only had one All-Star, Kevin Durant." on our team.
he didn't make it.
I don't
this
think
year.
I don't know if Booker did or not. He made that comment, so I didn't look behind him, but I thought it was pretty funny.
All right, JP. When we come back, we'll finish up with some football. We're talking a little NFL Hall of Fame. We've got XFL to talk about, and more on KDCBroadcasting.com.
They are there when you need them. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, where their customers come first. No matter the weather or the temperature, they'll be there to make sure you're comfortable. Ask about their safety furnace checkup for $99. Plus, ask about their up to $750 in rebates on select products. That's Shelby Heating and Air. Call 704-487-7877. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. They are there when you need them.
Not one, not two, but three big trucks with car carriers have backed up and unloaded a big new shipment of brand new Volkswagens at Classic Volkswagens in Gastonia. All of your favorite Volkswagen models. Come in now and mention this radio ad and get your choice. Take either $1,000 off the price of your new Volkswagen or receive a $1,000 gift card. Either way, it's $1,000 in savings for you. Only a Classic Volkswagen of Gastonia, 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard. Online at classicvwgastonia.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
It's tax time. Time to see Gaston Tax Service in Mount Holly and Gastonia. For years, people in this area have trusted Gaston Tax Service in Mount Holly. They provide tax preparation for individuals and businesses and are open year-round if you have any tax issues. Just give them a call at 704-824-0729 and like them on Facebook too. Again, that's Gaston Tax Service, 606 South Main Street in Mount Holly and 631 East Garrison Boulevard in Gastonia. See David or Casey today.
At Adams Auto Group in Dallas, you get hot deals on wheels with one of the finest selections of late model vehicles in this area. Manager Paul Farrow invites his friends, family, and former customers to come see him. And this month, you can get a sweetheart of a deal. Check out their huge inventory, including trucks too. Get a hot deal on wheels at Adams Auto Group, 520 East Trade Street in Dallas at the Dallas-Stanley intersection.
Wheels on wheels.
Online at adamsautogroup.com. Give them a call at 704-666-8330. Beam Construction Company in Cherryville is now hiring. Right now, Beam Construction Company has job openings for carpenters and masons. Just apply at their office at 601 East Main Street in Cherryville. Since 1925, Beam Construction Company has been dedicated to building the future of the Piedmont regions of North and South Carolina, from schools to churches to town halls. For more information, call 704-435-3206 or visit the website at beamconstruction.com. Beam Construction Company, dedicated to building your future.
Catherine Hopkins of Lincoln High School is this month's McDonald's KTC Broadcasting WhatsUpShopper.com Scholar Athlete of the Month. Catherine is a senior at Lincoln High School and is the daughter of David and Kim Hopkins. Catherine is a distance runner on the track team and has a 4.4 grade point average. AP advanced courses include chemistry, history, earth and human geography. She's a member of the Theater Club, the National Honor Society, and Technical Honor Society. Catherine is a member of the Marvin United Methodist Church. She volunteers on Election Day and also tutors and helps at the Betsy G. Ross Park. After graduation, Catherine plans to attend Western Carolina University and major in environmental science. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting WhatsUpShopper.com Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize a student athlete not only for accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievements in the classroom and for overall school and community citizenship.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. And as always, we want to remind our listeners about Shelby Heating Air, 704-487-7877.
That's right. You can check them out online as well, shelbyheating.com, for all your heating and air needs. And they probably have some specials on the website on probably checking out your system or, evaluating your home for a new system, all kinds of things they can do for you at Shelby Heating and Air. So like JP told you, 704-487-7877 or online, shelbyheating.com.
So big, nice story this week. And one of the ones I was kind of pointing out and thinking that we might get to something like this would happen once this started, but did you see AJ McCarron turned down an NFL contract this past year to be a backup to start in the XFL. His comments was that his 6-year-old son wants to watch him play football, and that's more important than making any money in the NFL. And so he's 2-0 now with this team, and he's just having a great time. Here talking about he's making memories and stuff for his kids, and this is way more fun. And it's one of the reasons that I was or am or like the spring football stuff is that guys, especially quarterbacks, that would normally not ever do anything, but just go to the NFL or never do anything, they have a chance to play somewhere else. There's like 9,000 baseball leagues to play in if you're over 18, but there's nowhere else to play football. So this is a cool little story. Though AJ McCarron playing here in the XFL. It's just fun to come out here and play. Miss playing. There's a little comment there on that story. And one real quick thing I wanted to mention with that is this. Well, where did he get? All right. I was 8th string as a freshman. The offensive coordinator. No, listen. No, this is not AJ Guerin. Guess who this is? Guess who this is? This is a guess who. I was 8th string as a freshman. And the offensive coordinator wouldn't coach a lefty. I was moved into the defense that winter. We got a new offensive coordinator. I was backing up Jim McMahon by April, and the rest is history. If it's your dream and you're willing to put in the work, never give up. This is former quarterback, commenting on XFL, NFL players with that comment.
It's a lefty?
Lefty. Backed up Jim McMahon. Where'd Jim McMahon go to school?
BYU. Oh, that was Steve Young.
There you go. Steve Young was 8th string quarterback, and Mac Brown come in, Tom, and moved him to linebacker, and they fired Mac Brown. and then they brought in a new offensive coordinator. See what I mean? Coaches can make mistakes and move quarterbacks to left-handed quarterbacks to play linebacker. What I'm saying is that, so I got you AJ McCarron story. I got you Steve Young. If you're listening out there, Chaz, you better go play quarterback in the XFL. Anyway, but yeah, just fun stories for the guys that may not make it. It gives you another opportunity.
So we've got the XFL and the USFL.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So the XFL is the one The Rock is doing.
Yep.
Yes.
And the USFL brought back some of the old franchises from the 80s, right? Like the Pittsburgh Maulers and the Houston Gamblers and all that nonsense.
No trivia question for you, Tommy and Terry. Let's see if y'all get this. Jamarcus Russell, Mitch Trubisky, Daniel Jones, Brock Osweiler, Johnny Manziel, and Mason Rudolph have all this in common. Jamarcus Russell,
number 1 draft
Trubisky,
picks.
Daniel Jones, Brock Osweiler, Johnny Manziel, and Mason Rudolph have never thrown a pick 6 in the NFL.
Huh?
As bad as you think
but you know
those
what?
Guys were,
no,
none of them have ever thrown a
But
pick
remember
6.
when Johnny Manziel about 2 or 3 years ago went to the Canadian Football League? First pass, pick 6.
He was awful in that league.
All right, let's see if I can set this up where y'all can read this. I'm going to try to block it. I want you guys. We're going to do our final. Sorry. This is the finalist for, I'm kind of weird for the folks watching at home. Finalist for the Hall of Fame in the NFL.
And Jared Allen's been gone 5 years already. God almighty.
And I wanted
Is there a number cap on how many gets in there?
It's a certain percentage.
Okay.
So I don't want y'all guys to see the percentage. That's what I'm trying to hide. There.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe Thomas. Yeah, Revis got him. He should have. Zach Thomas.
Oh, I lost it. There we go.
Here we go.
He messes with that stuff too much.
It's already showing you who got in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
crap.
Kevin.
I was trying to.
Yeah, I don't think that would affect our picks though. I would affect my picks.
I want you guys to
Dwight Freeney, huh? Man,
he was good.
Yeah. Torrey
him
Holt
and
was
Julius Peppers was head to head for.
Well, there's a semifinalist list here too. If we're gonna do this, I'll go ahead and pull.
Of course, Reggie Wayne. When you're catching balls from Peyton Manning, that's gonna help you get in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's a semifinalist and finalist. 15 guys made the final round. A few other guys didn't. We'll talk about. I tell you what, guys. Give me 3 each from your top part, and 1 from the bottom that you think should have that should have made a finalist.
That's not got the asterisk beside her name.
Yeah, the asterisks are the ones in.
Yeah,
so Darrell
right.
Revis is. If you want them in, that's fine.
Okay.
Revis, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, Rondé Barber were your 5 players that were put in by the actual.
You just want to
voters.
give us 3 out of any of them.
Those 3 senior committee, those 4 senior committees. Don't worry about them. I'm talking about at the bottom. You can add the bottom, top. You want 3 guys that you would have in the Final Four that you would have in the Hall of Fame. Your top 3 based on
the top,
whatever
just
you
3.
want. Yeah,
Okay.
you're 3. Just any guys that thinks that people are automatic. So I look at this list. I would say Rivas is an automatic. I would say he's the only one.
I
got 3.
Rondé was pretty good, but
I agree with you 100% on that. I don't either.
Good, but I don't know if he's Hall of Fame.
I don't think so either. I don't think he scared anybody.
Now Joe Thomas was, on all those losing teams, but had the most respect. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I'm not surprised that he's in there.
DeMarcus Ware's got to be on there. With his sack totals.
My problems with Thomas is that, again, like what Tom just said, they didn't win anything. Wasn't he on an 0 team?
Probably a couple of them.
Yeah, but, that's not his fault.
Well, I know it's not.
He should have went to Denver the year that Peyton did. Like, he had a chance to go to Denver the year Peyton did.
He stayed secluded of where he was at.
How do you grade someone as a Hall of Fame lineman when their team never won anything?
Because you're still playing against NFL players.
But no, what I'm saying, but how can you, like, where would you have seen him, like, do anything Hall of Fame worthy? Like, he didn't play in playoff games. And
how many sacks to give up? That's what you got to do.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you judge offensive linemen? Most of it's basically is the eye test. Like, almost all of us. Well, I think Anthony Munoz is good. I think. Hey, Terry, how many offensive linemen if you ask anybody, Emmitt Smith, well, he played with the greatest line ever. Name me one. Name me more than Larry Allen, and they can't do it. They'll say Nate Newton. Well, did Nate Newton make the Hall of Fame? No. Barry Sanders has the same number of Hall of Fame offensive linemen as Emmitt Smith does, and that's Lomas Brown. So the linemen are very hard for me. Like, a lot of people aren't happy about Tony Baselli being in it. Like, the guys in the Hall of Fame are not happy about Tony Baselli being in it. And they were made a lot of the same point. Is Bruce Smith said he got in because he only gave up 1 sack against me in a playoff game or something like that. And he got in the Hall of Fame based on that. So I don't know how to I can't look at Joe Thomas and say he deserves to be in over anyone else on that list as a lineman.
See, but he is so respected by his peers.
Yeah, Joe Thomas deserves to be in as much as Rondé Barber does.
Maybe.
I would put him in.
But see, Kevin insinuates his opinion is more important than the people that play in the NFL.
No, you said that he's respected, but that doesn't mean he's a Hall of Fame player.
His peers think he's a Hall of Fame player.
That's not his peers that voted on that.
Yeah, but I think that influences the people that vote. The fact that his peers.
My point is, I can't put in Zach. How can I put in Joe Thomas over Darren Woodson?
Now, Zach Thomas, I don't agree.
No,
with.
I don't either.
Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas. Okay.
Terry,
I'm gonna be honest. Those were mine. I'm gonna be honest. If I had to pick 3, I would have took Darren Woodson, DeMarcus Ware, and Rivas. Those would have been my 3.
You picked the 3 I probably would have picked.
I mean,
really?
Don't get me wrong. Now I'd have come in. I would have
named Rivas one.
I would have took Joe Thomas way in front of Rondé Barber.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Whatever, how you ever feel about that. I'm saying, personally, I can't pick somebody like an offensive lineman, whether it's Joe Thomas, whoever it is, Tom, whatever you want to name him. I can't pick an offensive lineman and then when you look at the record, the team didn't win over someone like DeMarcus Ware, who was a key all-time sacks and a key figure on a Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah, I'm not really arguing.
Patrick Willis, my God, he was
awesome. He was basically the same thing as Kuechly.
All those receivers. I think a lot of these guys, none of these guys are like the top of the tier greatest players we've ever seen. Rivas has an argument in there. The rest of them are like B-level Hall of Famers to me. But Darren, the Darren Woodson and the Cowboys, the way they do them isn't fair at all. To him to be down there.
Wasn't they 8 or 9?
He should already been in. Darren should already been
9.
in.
There was 5 regular players, then 4 old players.
Yeah, and see, that's where a lot of people are questioning
Chuck
how many you letting in. You know,
Chuck
Darren should already been in.
Klecko got in, but remember, Klecko played when Gastineau played, and they were both on the defensive line for the Jets. So how many times does he get a sack because they're doubling Gastineau?
and I'm proud for
Joe Klecko is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Joe Klecko.
Because he might be the only guy off a non-winning Super Bowl team that was the MVP. of all time.
You talk about Howley.
Yeah.
Right, but not
Yeah.
Joe
You know.
Klecko.
No, not Joe Klecko.
Like, really, Tom, we're sitting down, like I just said about Joe Thomas. Now we're sitting here talking about this one. How do you look at this and say, I'm putting in Joe Klecko, but not Dwight Freeney?
Yeah, Dwight. Yeah. Dwight Freeney definitely does.
He's sitting there on that top of that list.
Between when Peppers was, hot, when he was right there with him. Freeney and Peppers was bam, bam. I like Torrey Holt.
Now, on the bottom of that list, I like Steve Smith better than all.
Oh, I love Steve.
I'm
biased towards Tim. He's one of my favorite wide
See,
receivers.
I think I can be.
I would take him
I can be
off
as
the bottom.
unbiased on this. Listen, if I'm playing quarterback and you say you can give me Torrey Holt, Andre Johnson, or Steve Smith. Who else is on that bottom of the list down there? Anquan Bolden, Henry
Fred Taylor
Eller,
wasn't
Flipper, and no, that's Willie Anderson, the tackle, not Flipper Anderson. Any of those wide receivers on that list, Steve Smith is who I'd want on my team over any of them. I can throw a slant. I know he's going to get it. I can throw a deep ball, and I know the other guy's not going to pick it off. And those two, I can throw those two plays right there, Terry, and throw about anything else and be happy with Steve Smith.
And if there's a fight in the locker room after the game, he's
gonna be in there helping.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
He'll break his
He's a
own
gamer.
teammate's nose.
Of all those people, Steve Smith is my man. I'm picking him over any of them. Like it's just.
I wouldn't fight him. I will say that.
Steve Smith.
I would not scrap with
And
Steve
got to
Smith.
think. Let's take this too. Who was his quarterback?
Right.
How much better would he have been if he would have had Peyton Manning?
Close their eyes and throw it.
I mean, golly, come on, guys, because Jake, and I'm a Panther fan, but Jake threw it up, and how many times Steve Smith go get it? All the time.
Steve Smith is the Allen Iverson of the NFL.
If he had Peyton Manning or
Short
Brady,
and
could you
just
imagine Steve
unbelievable.
Smith with Brady?
Right.
Like Wes Welker versus Steve Smith? Come on.
But now, on the bottom, the last guy I'd piss off over, we talk about Steve Smith, but I wouldn't piss off James Harrison either.
No, that's a big guy. He looked like, y'all
Did you
remember
see
that?
Antonio Brown's comments on him this week?
I don't want to mess with him.
I'm not messing with
James Harrison. Remember that
Harrison on
game?
this list?
Remember NFL Blitz, that crazy game back in the day? James Harrison looked like those guys running down the field. He's just like this big monster of a man.
Well, let's look at it real quick. I want to see where some of these guys were on the all-time sack list that are still up for this. I saw Jared Allen and Zach Thomas. I thought Zach Thomas was really up there on all-time tackles or something, isn't he, Terry?
And he was smaller. He was one of the smaller
all-time
guys.
sacks.
Well, that's one of the complaints they're having. We're letting like good players in,
right,
that maybe are not Hall of Fame caliber.
Yeah. DeMarcus Ware's 9th.
Yeah.
Jared Allen 12th all-time in sacks. If you got more sacks than Lawrence Taylor, you should probably be in the Hall of Fame.
Basically, you're letting all pros in. You're letting all pros instead of all time.
Right. There's a difference between a really good player and a Hall of Fame player. Like I think Rondé Barber was a really good player, but I mean I'd have to look at all the statistics and compare it. So I don't have that. In
how
front
many
of me,
MVPs?
But it just doesn't seem like
how many MVPs JJ Watt win? Defensive, was it 2 or 3? At least 2.
Yeah, he'll be a first ballot.
Well, he's 24th in sacks
because he gets double teamed.
Well, you can make excuses all for him, Tom, but Julius Peppers got double teamed too, and he's 3rd in sacks or 4th in sacks.
Well, I'm not saying Julius Peppers shouldn't be in.
I know,
there.
but you know who isn't? Jared Allen's at 12th, and he's not in.
He should have got in.
Dwight Freeney's at 18th, and he's not in.
Yeah, I would have put Allen in over.
Robert Mathis is at 20th, and he just didn't get in. And J.J. Watt is behind all of those.
I can't believe Jared Allen's got more than Dwight Freeney. That surprises me. I think he just kind of went under the radar maybe a little bit.
And he retired early.
Is he the guy that when he got the sack, he'd do the lasso? Is that? I'm thinking about the same guy? Handlebar mustache.
Zach Thomas is 5th.
Minnesota player.
Yeah. Zach Thomas is 5th all time in tackles. So for you folks wondering about Zach Thomas,
that's pretty impressive.
Probably should be. Rondé Barber is 10th all time in tackles. There you go, Tom.
Yeah,
a corner.
there you go.
Is 10th all time in tackles.
Is he getting an asterisk because is he getting an asterisk because he played on that Tampa defense?
No, those are Hall of Fame.
No. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about is he getting a modifier?
No, not in Tampa too. His job is to he didn't even make tackles. His job is to make people go back towards the linebackers in that on
right. I'm just saying is he getting more votes because he played on that defense?
Well, maybe he's better than we thought he was.
I just never thought he was that good.
All time in tackles.
Maybe he was. I don't think he struck fear in anybody when he lined up against him. I thought, oh, Rondé's got me.
Yeah.
No, but you don't see any corners out here in tackles. I see a bunch of safeties and linebackers. That's very unusual. So there you go.
I mean, he's got almost as much as Urlacher.
He's got more tackles than a lot of people. Zach. I was trying to find somebody really famous right there. They're probably way down there since he's 4th. All right. Anyway, there's our NFL news and notes. Any other thoughts, guys, on football or anything like that going on?
No, I just think it's funny, this Tom Brady drama with him signing the contract with sports, and I think he's going to replace your favorite guy, Greg Olson, as the color man.
Good. You get somebody with,
and they're not paying him like $35 million a year. Is that what I saw? Is it something like that?
Right.
It's something unbelievable.
It's bad. It's bad when the TV networks are competing with the teams and paying these quarterbacks. That's why Romo was getting more to. Okay, so I go get hurt.
They had to fly out to Romo's place and chew him out for not being prepared for broadcast. It's like, come on, give me a break here. Right. I think what Romo got in trouble is when he said, "Oh, it's almost like it's fixed." It's like, no, Tony, don't say that. Too many people think that already. That was funny,
especially when everybody goes to commercials at the same time.
Right. Well, let's go to commercial. Tony, don't never say that again.
Final thoughts of the day before we get out of here. Happy. This is, of course, from Jose Canseco. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone except you know who. It never ends. It never ends.
But Rodriguez doesn't respond. He doesn't.
I don't think he ever has. No, but is that not?
He does.
That's great.
He never.
Why does Jose hate him so bad? Tell me.
Because he was having an affair with his wife.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I just thought maybe it was a steroid thing.
No, he was having an affair with his ex-wife. I don't know.
I'm just gonna tell you that Jose is bat crap crazy. I like Jose. For some reason, I like him, but he's crazy.
I have his book where he wrote, and it is an excellent book. Whoever wrote it, it's excellent. About the steroids and stuff, and shooting Mark McGuire up with the stuff.
All right, guys. All right, JP, thanks for coming in today. We've got racing, Carolina basketball, and more here on KDC Broadcasting this week. You can go to kdcbroadcasting.com for the schedule and more. Next week, we'll see you again. We'll have high school basketball probably Tuesday and maybe Thursday next weekend. kdcbroadcasting.com.
The incredible man, I only do things incredible can, 'cause I am.